Hey guys, what's up? This is Ghillisniper300 and with the Outdoor Sports Club. And sorry about the lighting in here. I don't have the greatest lighting in the world, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video. And I don't know if I should do this or not, and I don't know that the rest of the guys in the Outdoor Sports Club would totally agree with me on this. But anyway, I was just got to thinking about this, and I think we've got a probably the most important election of our lifetimes coming up in November, and the primaries have already happened, at least around here. I don't know, maybe in other states they haven't happened yet. I would assume they have, but anyway, the most important election of our lifetime is coming up, and I don't want to go Republican or Democrat or conservative or liberal necessarily. I don't know that it would be any secret what my beliefs would be, and if it is, they probably won't be secret for long, but basically, I just want to challenge everybody to get involved politically, and not just politically, but get involved with everything. Physically involved. If you've got children, get involved with your children, or religiously involved. Whatever the case may be, just get involved. I see a lot of people these days, and I'm one of those people too. In some cases, even now with some of the aspects of my life, I'm one of those people that isn't that involved. I'm not that diligent with certain things. And that's something that we all need to try to change. But anyway, we live in a country right now. We live in a society and in a world that's kind of lazy, and they don't want to go do the research for themselves. They don't want to. They don't want to be diligent themselves, and they expect everything to kind of be handed to them, including information. And a lot of people don't go research politicians. They don't research platforms. They don't research the policies and the voting records and things like that on these people. They just vote for whoever has the best ad or whatever. And sometimes it's a bashing ad. A lot of politicians these days, they just bash other politicians, and some people vote based on that only. And this isn't just about politics. It's about all parts of life. And really, I'm looking at a world these days, and I'm actually part of the problem. Like I said, in a lot of cases, I'm part of the problem. But that's hopefully going to change soon. But I'm looking at a society that isn't accountable. And that's one of the main reasons in our country today. People expect everything to be given to them. They're not accountable for their own actions. They're not accountable for their mistakes. They're not even accountable for the things they do right. It's like they expect everybody to just hand them stuff. And accountability is all about owning your life. Just own it. If you make a mistake, own up to it. Fix it. Take the consequences. If you do something right, own that. Accept the rewards with humility and pride. And people don't do that anymore. And you need to be accountable for your own way of life. Live inside your means. Don't spend more than you make. Be responsible. It's all about responsibility. And as a population, we don't do that anymore. As a population, we're not accountable. We're not responsible. And our government, as a response to that, isn't responsible either. And it happens on both sides of the aisle. Our government spends more than it makes, and I could go on and on and on about the problems with that and the problems with the way they're trying to fix that. And it doesn't really matter. The fact is, as a country, we are irresponsible and we are unaccountable. So I would like to see accountability brought back into our society, and it starts with each individual person. It starts with me. It starts with you. Anybody that happens to be watching this. It starts with us. We need to be accountable. Another thing that I am really big on, this is one of my favorite values, and it is discernment. I don't know that it would technically be classified as a value, but it's on the little emblem that I sort of invented for the Outdoor Sports Club. Discernment is quite literally my favorite value at the time, because without discernment, you don't really know what you're looking at. In this day and age, you have to be discerning in everything you do. You have to be if you go get information on the internet, you have to be discerning. If you watch the news, you have to be discerning. There are so many lies out there, okay? And a lot of the people telling those lies don't don't even know they're doing it. You know, we all lie sometimes. It's just part of life. And a lot of times we don't do it. I do it whenever I think I know something and I don't. And I go and I start spreading that information around. It's especially apparent now on the YouTube channel. You know, from time to time I'll put a piece of information in there that's not true. And I appreciate it when people call me out on that, as long as they do so respectfully. You know, I like that because I don't want to be wrong, and I definitely don't want to spread misinformation. We all do that some. That's part of the reason you need to have discernment when you're going out there and getting information. You know, no matter what you're reading or looking at or listening to, you need to be discerning. You also need to be discerning in your own life, and kind of, you know, we're all biased to ourselves. We all think that we work harder than other people. We all think that, you know, we're nicer than other people. We're more honest than other people. Be discerning in your own life so that you can recognize when you're not doing those things right. The biggest reason for discernment, though, is because lies spread so easily around the world these days. The truth can go just as fast around the world. It just doesn't, because lies are easier to believe. You know, we all want to believe certain things, and when we hear those certain things, we believe it almost instantly, because that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to believe. And so we do. And more importantly, and this goes back to the politics, it encompasses other things too. It's not just politics again, but this is one of the problems with politics. A lot of people these days have gotten really good about taking the shell of a truth, and then they put in the center of it, and again, sorry for the lighting, I know, you know, my main light source is right down here, but they'll take a lie and they'll wrap it in the shell of a truth. Okay, so it looks like a truth to you. You know, I know that that's a little bit metaphorical, but it looks like it's the truth, and you see it, or you hear it, or whatever, and it sounds right, and it looks right, and it even kind of feels right, and so you believe it, but there's information within it that isn't true. That happens all the time, and I've done that before on accident. I hope I've never done it on purpose. I don't think I've ever done it on purpose, but a lot of people do it on purpose, and you need to be ready for that. And that's where discernment comes in, because if you take that and you separate the truth from the lie, that's discernment. And now you know the difference. You've got the lie, you've got it out of there, you've got the information that's the truth, and you can take that, and that's knowledge. You know, and to me, this may be also too far stretched of a metaphor, but to me it's like if you were to walk out into a field of wheat that's ripe, it's ready to harvest, and you've got a bag and you just start plucking a head of wheat at a time. Well, you can't do anything with that head of wheat, but if you just rub it in your hands and separate the chaff from the seed, you know, you've discerned the truth from the lie. And then you just blow in your hand and the chaff blows away. Now what you have in your hand is truth. You have knowledge in your hand. You have that wheat seed in your hand. You can throw it in your bag. That's a little bit of knowledge. As you go through the field doing that over and over and over again, you fill up your bag. You have true wisdom at that point. You know, like I said, that might be kind of a goofy metaphor. I don't know. I don't really care, but that's kind of the way I view it. That's where discernment comes in. So I just challenge anybody to be responsible, be accountable, be discerning, and get involved with your life. You know, get active in politics, get active in your communities, get active, you know, any way you can. And you don't have to do everything. You know, I understand life's busy. We're all kind of busy, and that can be hard to do sometimes. But for those out there that are already doing it, thank you. You know, thank you for being involved in your children's lives. Thank you for being the primary disciplinarian for your children, the primary teacher for your children, not counting on the schools to do it for you. Thank you for being politically involved. Thank you for, you know, making the world around you a better place and making yourself a better person. And that's what this is all about. And that's actually the driving motivator behind this YouTube channel, for me anyway. It is to make myself a better person and to make the world around me better if I can at all. And so for those people that are out there becoming better people yourselves and making the world around you a better place, you have my sincere thanks and my encouragement. You in turn encourage me when I see those kinds of people. I'm encouraged and I'm motivated, and so I thank everyone that does that kind of stuff, and I, you know, challenge and encourage everyone else to try to do the same. So that's what this is all about, and I thank everyone who happens to be watching. I thank everyone who watches my channel. You know, it's small time, and I don't know if it'll ever take off or not, and I, quite frankly, I don't really care, but it's just fun to do, and I appreciate all the support and encouragement that I've gotten so far for the people that watched. And I also have to throw out a thank you to the guys in the Outdoor Sports Club. They're a great group of people, and to some other people who have encouraged me along the way. Special thanks would go to Mr. Sambad, who subscribed to me, and we've talked on some other forums online. Good dude right there, and I appreciate. He's encouraged me several times, and I appreciate that very much. So this is Ghillie Sniper, and bear with me. I might make some more of these videos. I think too much sometimes and act too little, but hopefully we can match that up and kind of become self-actualized, and I appreciate it. And I'll check you guys later. Thanks.